I'm in my guest bedroom. This is an older home. We have a toggle switch right here that controls this outlet. So if you wanted to plug a lamp into it, you can control the light with the toggle switch. I want to run wire from here and mount a ceiling light up on the ceiling and have it controlled by this toggle switch. Optimally, I would like to put the light right in the middle of the room, but that's not going to work because we have a vent here, a metal duct, and it goes right over where I want to put it. Next to the metal duct, I was able to push this up and look behind it. There is a floor joist right here. I've marked it with my stud buddy and a piece of tape. So second option for me is the light is going to go somewhere right around here on the side of the floor joist. I'm going to try and mount the fixture right into it. To do this, I'm gonna have to cut a couple holes in the drywall. I'm gonna use my saw and cut one right up here by the corner, another one on the ceiling, and then drill out a hole where I'm gonna hang my light fixture. I bought a recessed hole saw just for this, and I'm gonna use this fan rated outlet box and mount it right onto the joist itself. I don't really want a fan in here. I don't really care for a fan. It's just more future proof. If I'm unable to get it close enough to the joist, I can always use this, which you can cut right into the drywall, but this only holds 6 pounds. I need to figure out where the stud is. They mount these receptacle boxes to the stud, so with the help of my stud finder. So our stud is right here on the, if I'm looking at the outlet, the left side. So I need to cut a hole on the right side of the outlet. Found the stud up here, and I'm gonna cut to the right of this tape. Before I start cutting holes in the wall, I'm gonna secure the power to the receptacle from the breaker box. Now I'm going to take a peek inside. I'm going to utilize my phone just to make sure that there's no plumbing lines or wires on the other side of this joist, because I will be drilling through that to run the wire. There's another joist right here, which I'm also going to have to drill through. So hopefully this hole is big enough. I don't know. I know it doesn't look like it because of the wide angle lens, but this is the center point where I want to mount my light. Now I gotta figure out where this other floor joist is. We measured 40 inches before. All right, so found the joist, found the hole where I need to drill. Gonna go for the, let's see, 3/4 inch bit. Need to cut back a little more so I have room to drill a hole through this floor support. I don't want to go to the corner because that makes it a pain in the ass to repair when you're doing drywall repair. good. I'm going to use the angle bit for this one. Forgot the glasses. Unfortunately, I do not have the real good fish tape stuff. I'm gonna attempt to use this. I just gotta go through these 2 joists and let's see if I can do it without cutting open another hole. I think I can. It's just too flimsy and I didn't go straight on like I should have. So instead of making another trip to the store, I'm just gonna drill another hole. And that way it'll fish right through, no problemo. By the way, I'm using 12-2 wire. I know it's on a 15 amp breaker, but this home there's a lot of 12-2 wire. I just don't want to go lower than you should. It's all right to oversize this. Now it's time to do the outlet, the receptacle. The red wire is controlled by the light switch. You can see that right here, there's a piece broken, and that's kind of how these switched outlets work. Check out the video above for more information on how these work. And this receptacle I am going to replace because this bottom one's not going to work. We have way more than 6 inches from the box of wire, so I'm going ahead and I'm just going to cut I'm going to have to get I got to replace this box. There's no, I could punch out one of these holes and run new wire, but this box is loose anyway, and it's broken, so I'm just going to replace this outlet box. At least now I can drop this wire down pretty easy with that box out. Gotta make sure at least a 1/4 inch of the sheath is inside the box. Always check your local code or consult an electrician. Don't take advice from me. Gonna screw this in at the top. And also one way towards the bottom. I just scored the sheathing off. Razor right down the middle against the ground. And just push that back a little bit. Okay, so just to recap, power, main voltage coming in from the light switch, neutral wire, we're going to put all of the neutrals together, and this is the wire going to power the rest of the outlets, receptacles throughout the room. We have a little problem here. These wires need to stick out at least 6 inches from the back of the box. You are allowed to join these together, and I'm not a huge fan of doing this, but this is probably one of the only times I would use Wago nuts when you have a lot of wires in a box and you just need the space, and this one's obviously too short. Just push them all the way in. I know there's other ways to do this. This is what I got on me right now. And then this would be for our receptacle. That one needs to be pushed in a little more. All right, here's our receptacles. Going to join all the neutrals together. Now here's our wire that we fished through for the light, and here's the power from the toggle switch. Now I'm going to push all of this back into the box. The most important part, I think, is you don't want this ground to rub against the side of the receptacle when we install that. And also try not to wiggle the wires because that's how they come disconnected from these. One of the few applications where I actually trust them. There's not much room for them to wiggle out when everything's pushed back in. Got our new 15 amp. I like to tighten down the sides that I'm not using. This ground actually doesn't need a hook with this type. It's got a clamp. I will need some spacers for this receptacle. Now to install the box for the light fixture. I'm not going to go too crazy with this because there's no way a fan can come in here anyway. It would cover up the vent. This would be plenty enough for this light fixture. Here's the light fixture I'm going to be installing. Set my color temperature to, we'll keep it at that, SW. This one twists on. This is why I'm an amateur. These holes are for the provided 3-inch screws. They're supposed to go into a board for mounting. Alright, I've got the sheathing, a 1/4 inch. Could have made that last box work, but I don't have the right screws. Let's go turn the power on, check out the result. Just turn the breaker back on. And we have light. Let's make sure this new receptacle works that I wired up. Let's grab my tester. Receptacle is good power-wise. I very rarely ever run wire, especially 12-2. So always open for a criticism on what I didn't do right, because I know I didn't do everything right. When it comes to stuff like this, I am an amateur. When it comes to electricity, I have been working with electricity for about 20 years. I understand it. I understand the risk. You as a homeowner, if you want to tackle this project as a do-it-yourself project, gotta feel comfortable with electricity and check your local laws, code. Every state's different. United States is way different than Canada and Europe, so this is not a how-to video. This is just me doing some work on my home. Now, unfortunately, I have to do another video on repairing these 3 holes that I made when I only anticipated 2. Not really a big deal. Patch repair is something I'm trying to get better at, and can't wait to tackle this next little project. Hope to see you there.